Okay, before I actually show you how to graph these inequalities, there's a couple things I need to talk about. The first thing is if it's a grade or situation, and I know this is not how you spell it, but this is how I remember it. It's an or situation, which means the graph is going to be apart. In other words, when you graph it, the dots will not be connected. If it's less than, again, I know this is not how you spell it, but this is how I remember it. It's an and situation, which means the graph is together, which means the 2 points are going to be connected. Also, in inequalities, if it's not underlined, it's an open circle, which looks like this. If it is underlined, you use a closed circle to graph it, which just looks like a regular point. Okay, so in order to graph these, you take the opposite. First of all, I know that my graph, this is a less than situation, so it's going to be together. And because it's not underlined, I'm going to use an open dot. Okay, since it's absolute value, you can have positive or negative. In other words, in order to get rid of an absolute value symbol, you take the negative out front of the number they give you. Since u is by itself, we're talking about -6 and +6 as our numbers. So -6, +6, we use an open circle. Sorry, it's got a little bit slanted there. And the graph is together. That one's finished. This next one is greater, so it's apart. Let me check some real quick. Yeah. It's apart and it's not underlined, so it is an open circle when you graph it. So -7 equals y. That, when you put the negative out front, that lets you get rid of the absolute value symbol. So we're talking about -7 and +7 with open circles, and the graphs are apart. So it looks like this. The next one is less than, so it's together. And it's underlined, so it is a closed circle when you graph it. To get rid of the absolute value, you put the negative out front, so -3 equals v equals 3. So the two numbers we're talking about are -3 and +3. We're going to use closed circles this time because the inequality was underlined, and because it was less than, we're going to graph them together.